Number 51. Imagination disposes of everything, it creates beauty, justice, and happiness, which is everything in this world. Number 52. If we regulate our conduct according to our own convictions, we may safely disregard the praise or censure of others. Number 53. Two similar faces, neither of which alone causes laughter, use laughter when they are together, by their resemblance. Number 54. Extremes are for us as if they were not, and as if we were not in regard to them, they escape from us, or we from them. Number 55. The incredulous are the most credulous. They believe the miracles of Vespasian that they may not believe those of Moses. Number 56. The statements of atheists ought to be perfectly clear of doubt. Now it is not perfectly clear that the soul is material. Number 57. The mind has its arrangement, it proceeds from principles to demonstrations. The heart has a different mode of proceeding. Number 58. The main object of the gospel is to establish two principles, the corruption of nature, and the redemption by Jesus Christ. Number 59. There should be in eloquence that which is pleasing and that which is real, but that which is pleasing should itself be real. Number 60. Death itself is less painful when it comes upon us unawares than the bare contemplation of it, even when danger is far distant. Number 61. When we meet with a natural style, we are surprised and delighted, for we expected to find an author, and we have found a man. Number 62. Nature has perfections, in order to show that she is the image of God, and defects, in order to show that she is only His image. Number 63. I have often said that all the misfortunes of men spring from their not knowing how to live quietly at home, in their own rooms. Number 64. Civil wars are the greatest of evils. They are inevitable, if we wish to reward merit, for all will say that they are meritorious. Number 65. It is a dangerous experiment to call in gratitude as an ally to love. Love is a debt which inclination always pays, obligation never. Number 66. However bright the comedy before, the last act is always stained with blood. The earth is laid upon our head, and there it lies forever. Number 67. Eloquence is a painting of thought, and thus, those who, after having painted it, still add to it, make a picture instead of a portrait. Number 68. There are vices which have no hold upon us, but in connection with others, and which, when you cut down the trunk, fall like the branches. Number 69. To doubt is a misfortune, but to seek one in doubt is an indispensable duty. So he who doubts and seeks not is at once unfortunate and unfair. Number 70. The present is never the mark of our designs. We use both past and present as our means and instruments, but the future only as our object and aim. Number 71. Faith affirms many things, respecting which the senses are silent, but nothing that they deny. It is superior, but never opposed to their testimony. Number 72. The mind naturally makes progress, and the will naturally clings to objects, so that for want of right objects, it will attach itself to wrong ones. Number 73. The authority of reason is far more imperious than that of a master, for he who disobeys the one is unhappy, but he who disobeys the other is a fool. Number 74. When we would think of God, how many things we find which turn us away from Him, and tempt us to think otherwise. All this is evil, yet it is innate. Number 75. All men naturally hate one another. I hold it a fact, that if men knew exactly what one says of the other, there would not be 4 friends in the world. Number 76. The more enlarged is our own mind, the greater number we discover of men of originality. Your commonplace people see no difference between one man and another. Number 77. Necessity, that great refuge and excuse for human frailty, breaks through all law, and he is not to be accounted in fault whose crime is not the effect of choice, but force. Number 78. Those who make antitheses by forcing the sense are like men who make false windows for the sake of symmetry. Their rule is not to speak justly, but to make accurate figures. Number 79. We have so exalted a notion of the human soul that we cannot bear to be despised by it, or even not to be esteemed by it. Man, in fact, places all his happiness in this esteem. Number 80. If we subject everything to reason, our religion will have nothing mysterious or supernatural. If we violate the principles of reason, our religion will be absurd and ridiculous. Number 81. Let it not be imagined that the life of a good Christian must necessarily be a life of melancholy and gloominess, for he only resigns some pleasures, to enjoy others infinitely greater. Number 82. Who confers reputation? Who gives respect and veneration to persons, to books, to great men? Who but opinion? How utterly insufficient are all the riches of the world without her approbation. Number 83. We sometimes learn more from the sight of evil than from an example of good, and it is well to accustom ourselves to profit by the evil which is so common, while that which is good is so rare. Number 84. I'll lay it down as a fact that, if all men knew what others say of them, there would not be 4 friends in the world. This appears from the quarrels to which indiscreet reports occasionally give rise. Number 85. Piety is different from superstition. To carry piety to the extent of superstition is to destroy it. The heretics reproach us with this superstitious submission. It is doing what they reproach us with. Number 86. We feel neither extreme heat nor extreme cold. Qualities that are in excess are so much at variance with our feelings that they are impalpable. We do not feel them, though we suffer from their effects. Number 87. The highest order of mind is accused of folly, as well as the lowest. Nothing is thoroughly approved but mediocrity. The majority has established this, and it fixes its fangs on whatever gets beyond it either way. Number 88. We are so presumptuous that we wish to be known to all the world, even to those who come after us, and we are so vain that the esteem of 5 or 6 persons immediately around us is enough to amuse and satisfy us. Number 89. Fashion is a tyrant from which nothing frees us. We must suit ourselves to its fantastic tastes. But being compelled to live under its foolish laws, the wise man is never the first to follow, nor the last to keep it. Number 90. Reflect on death as in Jesus Christ, not as without Jesus Christ. Without Jesus Christ it is dreadful, it is alarming, it is the terror of nature. In Jesus Christ it is fair and lovely, it is good and holy, it is the joy of saints. Number 91. To find recreation in amusements is not happiness, for this joy springs from alien and extrinsic sources, and is therefore dependent upon and subject to interruption by 1,000 accidents, which may minister inevitable affliction. Number 92. I take it as a matter not to be disputed, that if all knew what each said of the other, there would not be 4 friends in the world. This seems proved by the quarrels and disputes caused by the disclosures which are occasionally made. Number 93. I can readily conceive of a man without hands or feet, and I could conceive of him without a head, if experience had not taught me that by this he thinks. Thought, then, is the essence of man, and without this we cannot conceive of him. Number 94. Curiosity is but vanity. Oftenest one wishes to know but to talk of it. Otherwise one would not go to see it he were never to say anything about it, and for the sole pleasure of seeing, without hope of ever communicating what he has seen. Number 95. To go beyond the bounds of moderation is to outrage humanity. The greatness of the human soul is shown by knowing how to keep within proper bounds. So far from greatness consisting in going beyond its limits, it really consists in keeping within it. Number 96. Nature imitates herself. A grain thrown into good ground brings forth fruit, a principle thrown into a good mind brings forth fruit. Everything is created and conducted by the same master, the root, the branch, the fruits, the principles, the consequences. Number 97. Our senses will not admit anything extreme. Too much noise confuses us, too much light dazzles us, too great distance or nearness prevents vision, too great prolixity or brevity weakens an argument, too much pleasure gives pain, too much accordance annoys. Number 98. When malice has reason on its side, it looks forth bravely, and displays that reason in all its luster. When austerity and self-denial have not realized true happiness, and the soul returns to the dictates of nature, the reaction is fearfully extravagant. Number 99. From whence comes it that a cripple in body does not irritate us, and that a crippled mind enrages us? It is because a cripple sees that we go right, and a distorted mind says that it is we who go astray. But for that we should have more pity and less rage. Number 100. It is certain that the soul is either mortal or immortal. The decision of this question must make a total difference in the principles of morals. Yet philosophers have arranged their moral system entirely independent of this. What an extraordinary blindness!